I used to think that the Witness Lee local churches were amazing. They were the best thing ever. Obviously, better than the denominational churches. But I've had quite a few experiences now within that local church, and even talking to people in other local churches. And my opinion has pretty much been solidified that they're bad. They're just bad people. And you can glean some stuff. A lot of it would be knowledge from these churches. Maybe some of it you could call it spiritual knowledge. So I'm not saying it's all bad, but overall, if you think you're on your track to become an overcomer, which they think they are, I think you will be in not fooling yourself. So I'm going to call this video, it's going to be, are the Witness Lee local churches cultish in practice, right? Everyone should be able to agree that no man is perfect. So every man makes mistakes. I mean, I think all of us, but definitely Christians should agree on this. If you ignore that truth, you're a liar. Where criticism and scrutiny are not prompted or allowed for, we establish an echo chamber. We know this in business, we know this in religion, and if we do this in a religious sense, we also have established a cult. That is what the denominational churches do, like the Catholics and the Orthodox. Nobody puts the emphasis of criticism and scrutiny so that we all get to the truth, something we can trust and rely on. That is also what the local churches do, just like all the other denominations. My experience with the local churches are that they, in practice, worship the man of Witness Lee and everything that he wrote. We know that Witness Lee is smart, but do we know that he's never wrong? Do we know that he's God? Do we know that he's above criticism? No, we do not. That has not been established. And where we trust him without scrutinizing him is where we believe that he is God. Because God is the only one who's above criticism. So the local churches in practice have become as evil as the denominational churches because they obfuscate important, vital parts of scripture. Like 2 Timothy 3:16, which I think is going to be on this video's thumbnail. Luke 17, verse 3, 2 Timothy 4, verse 2, 1 Timothy 5, verse 20, Corinthians 5, verse 11 through 13. We know we shouldn't be obfuscating scripture, but they do. I have even heard from a pastor, or like I would call him a pastor, but somebody who's seen as a leader within that congregation, that, that was just the early church did that. They scrutinized each other. We're not supposed to do that. I think that's an obvious lie. And I think Revelation, by the end of the last pages of Revelation, you're going to see that you're not supposed to obfuscate any part of the Bible and just call it, oh, that's just dispensational, or that's just whatever. I mean, we obviously certain things applied in slightly different ways, like, circumcision, etc. But they would still have to find an application for those verses. They can't just dismiss them, but they do dismiss them. I now see the local churches as just another denomination, a secret society of sorts, a cult of sorts. They like to think themselves as above the denominations because they're closer to the truth than pretty much all of them, but they're not. They are an echo chamber. It does not promote scrutiny, criticism, and therefore they allow for lies within their congregations, and ultimately they separate themselves as above everybody else.